Folks, Worcester back again here from Mid-Ohio. Still got the old Yamaha. Tried to sell her for $850. Everybody thought it was a great price for it, but she doesn't have the title in hand. That is the reason why she's still sitting in this shop. She's in really good shape still. Not for sale anymore, but, you know, was for sale during the weekend. Tried to get a couple bikes, you know, and didn't really come up on what I was thinking, you know. I was all amped up, hoping to come back with a couple of bikes, and still got the old Honda that's junk over there, and then I got, you know, this. I did manage to get one purchase, though. There's the seat, okay? You're probably wondering, oh, okay, yippee, he just bought a seat, right? Says Yamaha on it. Real nice seat cover and everything, and only got one little tear there. And, you know, it might just go to this bike. Ladies and gentlemen, I bestow upon you the 1976 first year production IT400 by, of course, none other than Yamaha. This is the first year production for the International Trials series of Yamaha. They started out in 1976 with the IT400, which is sitting in front of you, running, ready to go, just apart. She scares you, you know, no need to be frightened. Reason she's apart, I broke the throttle cable just yesterday riding it around. Starts first kick every single time. Has a humongous gas tank that's plastic. Everything is original on the bike. Probably not the spark plug, but other than that, everything is original. Never been rebuilt, tampered with, nothing. Needs a, I will say, I'm going to go through the little things that it needs. Doesn't need much, but here's the one thing, okay? In between there, those springs that are holding on this two-piece exhaust setup, there's a main header pipe that comes out of the head there, and then goes up to the, I just call it the cone or fatty pipe, on the rest of the exhaust. That gasket in there, or whatever you'd call it, needs replaced, and I'm probably going to replace the springs too, because there's just a little tiny bit of a leak. So other than that, that's really the only thing. I would consider it maybe a performance thing, but this thing hauls. I can pop it up in every single wheelie and ride those things for days. She's got enough torque and so much power in between it. I mean, I can just fly around all over. I'm gonna definitely tell you this right now. I will be able to beat just about anybody I race now with this thing. Real low hours on it. I bought it off of the second owner, who bought it off of the original owner. I have a title for it in my name, so I mean, she's romping and ready to go, other than needs put back together in a new throttle cable. Oh, also the awesome monoshock, which I've never really shown you guys the full monoshocks on these things, but look how they design these. So much ingenuity when they first designed these things. Look at that. It goes all the way up to the frame. Here's your gas or nitrogen or whatever, you know. I mean, that's wherever that goes. And sorry if I sound a little differently or if I have like squeaks in my voice. We were in Mid-Ohio, it was real dusty, and I got a lot of that stuff in my lungs, so that's why I'm kind of squeaking around, or I have kind of like a rasp to my voice or something, you know. So but yeah, this bike I think is in really, really nice shape for the year, and the price I couldn't pass up. Bought it off of a fella by the name of Ed Sowers from Mid-Ohio. Knew my Uncle Tom, and they drag raced out at Muncie together. They raced the KZ1000s and KZ900s back in the 70s, and we got to talking for an hour and a half, and I offered him a price. He was a little, you know, he's like, no, I got a little bit more in it than that, and came back the very next day and said, you know, think you're a pretty good kid. Hard to believe, right? But said I'm a pretty good kid, and he said he'd do the price I offered him. So I was tickled to death to bring this thing home. And I will say, I'm here in the future, I'm going to definitely get a rear tire for it, because the tread's pretty low on it. It matches, the center tread really matches about the side teats on the outside there. So I'm probably going to get that replaced here soon. Other than that, I kind of liked his jerry rig there. I just saw that now, but we'll figure that out. But hey, it runs, works. Not gonna dick with it too much, other than getting that throttle cable replaced. So, yeah. I'm telling you, I had a blast at Mid-Ohio. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I recommend it to anybody who is thinking about going. I just recommend going. I mean, this thing's got... I mean, I honestly think this is a really great buy. Brakes work. Sprockets are in decent shape. I mean, what else can you ask for? I'm going to get a new spark plug for it just because that's how I am. Kind of nitpicky about that stuff. But, I mean, headlight works. High and low beam. The only thing that is... what you could consider wrong with it is it needs a taillight bulb, but as you see, the taillight wiring seems to be all intact. There's no electrical tape anywhere really, other than on the ignition coil line here that goes up to the spark plug boot. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good purchase. Kill switch works and everything, so yeah, I'm real happy about it. Wheel bearings are in good shape. Front forks are still pretty good yet. The guy said they might need a little tweaking here soon, but I think they're pretty good. Rear shock is really spongy. It's kind of pogo-y, but, you know, you'll get that with some old bikes. Not too big of a big deal. Yeah, well, folks, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video here. I figured I'd do an update. This is actually the second day I've been back, so yesterday I was kind of enjoying this and unpacking and then tearing it apart, trying to... get that throttle cable apart. Sorry I didn't take a video of me doing a disassemble of what you need to take care of, but I will definitely do a replacing of the parts on it, while like putting it back together, in other words. So folks, as always, long live Yamahas and the Confederate flag. Alrighty folks, you guys have been pretty good to me, so take her easy.